Oh, you caught me. Goodness gracious. It usually takes a lot longer than that to go live. I just press the button today and boom. It only looks to be about a 5-second delay, which is great. Hey, Mike, how's the tooth? And did old Mrs. Cow decide to calve last night? Or are we still calfless? And hello and goodbye to Laney. In and out. What else have we got? Oh, I just saw the picture that Garden State Gardener posted. I guess Jersey downtown got rocked, flooding all over. So prayers go out to them. And so you're toothless and calveless. Oof. You've got to, I don't know, go talk nice to her or something. Actually, it's probably all right that she's not calving right now until that pain subsides, because I know once you start, if complications happen, you got to start yanking and pulling. Whew. That's not going to be good for your tooth. And let's face it, Chelsea's probably going to be the same size as the calf, so she can't be pulling a whole lot. Although she is, I'm sure small and mighty, but that's never good. And it was just, for some reason, I don't know, Debbie didn't go in till 1 today, so she was watching the news at noon here and left it on. Hey, Donna. And I guess there were storms all the way up pretty much from North Carolina straight up through to Connecticut, Rhode Island. There's roads that are all caved in and just sad. Oh, there's Joe. Hey, Joe. Flooding's one thing, Joe, but postponing football? Oh, that's some people, that's just, we can't have that. And I've been very quiet the last little week and a bit, partly due to health, but it is what it is. I'll bounce back, but I've been really down. I think I have to give up football. They're trying to make kids do stuff that's going to endanger their lives. They want my athletes to wear masks while playing and practicing. I would never allow my son to do it, and I'm not going to coach anybody else's son to do it. Because you cannot take a high-level athlete, even though they are 15, 16, they are pushing their body with football. Although from the stands, it might not look like they're oh, Don, it's freezing up here. I've got my full hoodie on, and I'm still sitting here shaking. It sucks. I feel like I'm being forced into retirement, but I'm doing it for the kids, and our whole coaching staff, I think, is going to walk. I know the kids are going to be mad. Hopefully they will realize down the road what we've done for them. It sucks. So, yeah. It's been a tough one. And let's go through and say hello to everybody. Everybody's saying hello to one another. I love this. I love this community. Everybody knows everybody. Rolling with Raquel. Hello. Chris from E3. And we got Lori, LG, Brutal Bob, hello. The one, the only, Mr. Craig Scavin. From away over the pond there in Sussex. Who else have we got here? Scrolling down, Lainey said hi, goodbye. Vision, Mike. Brutal Bob. I think I got everybody now as they come in. Oh, and of course, can't forget about Donna. And Joe, of course. Altruistic. I'm going to say it's Wiley because I don't see a Mr. or Mrs. So I'm going to take that it's Wiley. Hello, hello. Yeah, I just, I can go on and on and on about temperature up here, 60. I don't know. I think the last time I looked, it was like 62. Weather. Oh, it's up a degree. It's 63, but it is to go down to 54 today. So this is as warm as it's going to be today. And then we're going to, start cooling down. And as for kids wearing masks, oh, hey, Joanne. Hello, hello. Oh, Christian, I missed you too. Hello. And I think I am caught up here now. You know what, Joe? And that's exactly what I said to our sports director. I'm like, these are people that have never played a high level of anything. They're good at school. They were in the chess club. And I don't mean anything wrong. If that's what they enjoyed growing up, fine and dandy. But don't punish kids that enjoy contact sport. Most of the boys are vaccinated. But Bob, it's cold. I like it around the 100 degrees, 90 to 100. This gives me a chill. Anyways, no kid should have, when they're already pushing their body to the limit in football/rugby, you don't put something over their mouth. They've already got a decreased oxygen level to start with. At the age I coach, which is grade 9 and 10, they have, well, thank you, Bob. That's the nicest anybody said anything to me today. I'm like a snake. I like it warm. I guess I'm cold-blooded, but yeah, it just, people that are making the decisions have never played a game in their life. They have no idea. A lot of these people don't walk 2 blocks. They're either in their car, on a bus, or, they've never played a high level of sport. So these kids that are gasping for air without masks, they want to put a mask over to, and everybody, a couple of people tried to sell it that, it's fine. They'll get used to it. No, they won't. I've got to deal with an age group where these kids are just coming into high school. And I'll get caught up on the comments here, guys. Hey, Charles. Number one, they're just entering high school. They're trying to find out who they are. They want to be on part of the football program, which has been 120 years at this high school. It's, a lot of these kids, their fathers, grandfathers have put blood, sweat, and tears on that football field. They're being robbed of the opportunity. We had a program this summer that was working until we were shut down because people who may not have ever played the sport thought I was endangering kids. I've coached for, this year would have been 33 years. I've coached minor sport from hockey, basketball, football, baseball. That's pretty much it. High level hockey and football. I've also played. So to put a mask on a child who I know is already behind the scenes drinking energy drinks to get up, like, I don't push it. I actually am totally against that kind of thing. And they know that, so they hide it. But I know they're on energy drinks. Now, they're also on sports drinks. So they're already falling because of muscle spasms. Now you're going to take the oxygen out of their blood. It's a recipe. And like I said to the director last night, he called me and, we had a good long talk. And yeah. I pretty much told him that's it. I'm out. I cannot sit there and live with myself if a kid dies on my field. Oh, absolutely, Donna. These energy drinks, there's only about, not that there's any good energy drinks, but there's a couple that aren't too bad. And what you always see me drinking, NOS, it's the lower end. It's got increased caffeine. I'd be stupid if I said that it didn't. But it's not like Monster Extreme. Red Bull is, my kidneys shut down from Red Bull whenever I was trucking over the road, and we had to drive 20 hours to try to make a go of it. And hey, Mr. Jim, hope you're feeling better. Rebecca, who else? I think I've got everybody. Robin, hello. So yeah, that's why I kind of been quiet. I had to do some thinking, long and hard, but it just sucks that people, how do I say this? Obviously, they care for kids. I don't know if they're being naive. And yes, everybody's scared of the hokey pokey that's dancing around right now. It's nasty. Nobody, you don't think it's nasty. I'll put a link in here to show you Brandy's reaction to Charles being in the hospital. It is nasty. And yeah. Glad you're speaking of the hokey pokey. Mr. Jim was down and out too for a couple weeks in the hospital, and sure prayed that he's not back to normal, but he's getting there. He's getting there slowly but surely. It just sucks that you put that much into coaching and it's over in a day. Really, it was? I found out, what are we even today? Thursday. Rambling Thursday. No, we're not Rambling Thursday. That's Rambling Friday. We're Procrastination Thursday. Yes. Now I've got it straight. I guess we found out Tuesday that if we wanted to play ball this year, the kids had to wear masks. I said no right away. I was up all Tuesday night, all day Wednesday, researching. Maybe I missed something. Maybe it's just me having a small mind and, maybe there's something out there. There is. Number one, as a small football program, we can't afford to subsidize. Like, we have a junior and senior program. We normally take 50 aside, so there's 100 kids. So just to outfit our program, and don't forget, yourselves, if you go for a walk, whenever you come back, there's moisture on the inside of your mask. Guess what? It's useless. It's not filtering anything. So why are you wearing a mask? It's only limiting one's airflow. So I found them. Under Armour has engineered a mask that's 40% lighter, and even whenever it gets a little bit wet, it still protects. So I said, okay, maybe that's a possibility. Each kid needs 4 masks, one for each quarter, to make sure they're protected. That's $140 a game. Now, they are washable, reusable. That's $140 per kid at 100 kids. It's unachievable. And we have a lot of kids that we help purchase cleats. Kids can't afford cleats. I don't care. I get them cleats. We have some, and I've got connections through retired professional football players who still have connections with Nike and Reebok, and there's, I can go on and on the different cleats. And Joe, you can back me up there. There's 150 different, cleats. I know the last year Kyle played competitive football, his cleats were $385 US. I had to ensure that he was protected. He was on the D line. He was rushing the quarterback every time. If he came up against somebody bigger, I backed him up 5 yards that he hit him 5 times harder than he would have right off the line. It's just tricks that coaches do, and I just, so I talked it over with my son, and I'm like, what do I do? And he said, don't do it. It's stupid. Kids are going to get hurt. So that's where we are in Canada. you can play sport. You may not make it off the field. And that's a worst case scenario. But anyways, I'm going to move on because, yeah, it just makes me angry and upset. So, and there's nothing that I'm going to say or do about it. I'm going to pray that they're going to cancel the season one more year instead of bringing in this rule. Hey, Gagne Farms. Nice to see you. And well, that's it, Joe. They're $35 a mask. Each kid needs 4 of them per game. You know, I wouldn't say a quarter, but maybe a third of the kids that play on my football team can't afford it. We have alumni money, coaches money. A lot of us kick in some money to ensure that every kid can play football. It's just who we are. And, you know, it's, yeah, it just sucks. And, well, you know what, Donna? And I brought that up to the director. I'm like, you know, through my YouTube family, I'm seeing a lot of schools from Texas, and it's working its way up north, closing. Like they're this, you know, this is crazy, you know, like Tennessee, like you're saying now, Donna, Oklahoma, I've heard some schools are closing. Texas, I've heard schools are starting to close. Florida, lower end, I haven't heard of schools closing yet, but I've heard that it is going through the schools. So I said, well, maybe it's safer for the kids that we don't play a full season this fall and we just have the kids out every so often. And then we have like a 3-game mini tournament before school ends, if the hokey pokey is done dancing around. And now they're thinking that because it was also brought up by another school. And where we are in a unique situation is we have 3 different school zones that play football in the same league. Whose rules do you follow? Do you follow ours? Do you follow the school board that's out of Brockville? Or do you follow Ottawa? We've got 3 school zones. So there's just so many unanswered things. And from what I'm seeing, it's coming north. It started south and it's rolling north. And, you know, can we pray that we get cold and it kills it off? Or is this only going to make it go faster? I don't think anybody knows. You know, and to read and see what we you know, what I'm learning is, you know, it seems to be the one different pokey that may start with an M. It's not slowing this one down whatsoever. And I don't want to, you know, I just don't want to get, oh, Raquel, it's sad. I'm concussion certified. I'm everything else because I'm a defensive coordinator. I've got all the things to keep the kids safe. And I'm the only one in the school. No, there's 2 of us that are fully qualified. Not one of us were called and asked, what do you think? This is all based off of trustees who, I know in our board, 4 of them are my parents' age. One is in his 20s, and I believe there's a couple really young, really old, and a few that I don't want to say, I just, it's a bad situation all around. And I get it. They're trying to keep everybody safe. But if you're going to play high level sport, you cannot obstruct their means of keeping themselves safe. See, Raquel, now you got me going again. Now I'm all fired up. Anyways, I think all we got to do is just really say a prayer for everybody. We got the hokey pokey going on, and the storms all over. I've been watching Bruce Mitchell from Swamp Wars, or whatever it was called, the alligator hunters. They're just trying to feed people in Louisiana right now. There's elderly folk that they have no air conditioning, no fuel. They can't get out of their driveways. They've asked people not to do anything because they can't get them to the hospital. They can't get fire trucks or ambulances down a lot of these roads, and they can't get to folk. Some of them haven't eaten in 2 days. And it's so sad. So, put all those folks in Louisiana into your prayers, and it just, yeah. Oh, I'm not going to stroke Brutal Bob. You don't have anything to worry about that. Yeah, but once you get your license back, Bob, you can get up 7,000 feet and not worry about anybody. Oh, well, need I say any more? Raquel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And just the list that my daughter, like, she's a TA, and just to see great news, Bob. So are they going to make you write another test, or is it just being held by your doctor, and whenever he feels that you're safe and they think they know what happened, you're good to go again? And I just got an alert on my phone that New Brunswick's getting, in Canada, which would be east of Tony and Joni, are getting hammered by this big storm that dropped so much rain on New Jersey straight through. It's up through Maine now, and it's hitting now it's hitting up into Canada, and it's flooding New Brunswick now as well. Oh, it's all good. It's all good, Wiley. All good, my friend. I won't be on for a whole long time there today. I've got stuff that I have to get done later, but yeah, I'm just, is Uncle Jesse in, or is he actually working hard today? I haven't seen him come in yet. And check, right? Okay, so was brought on by your leukemia, but is that still active, or is that in remission right now? I thought I remember you saying that it was in remission. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Yeah, I guess Virginia. Somebody was on. Oh, it was on Little Southern Brothers, or not their live. It was Landon's live last night. Was saying that Virginia was getting hammered, really bad by this big storm that I don't know if it was a hurricane or just, yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear anything. And then whenever he said last night that Virginia got nailed, I'm like, I didn't even hear of anything. Oh, do you want to come on, Chris? Oh my goodness, there's a long lost soul. Hello, Kareen. How are you? Nice to see you made it. Okay. Now, Chris is going to pout. It's okay. We'll let him pout for a little while. And I may or may not have actually come up with the idea, is all I'm going to say. Hey, Lori. I'm just getting the link here posted, Chris, and then you can come in and tell everybody. How's the weather in Jamaica? Hopefully it's warmer than it is in Canada, because I'm freezing. Oh, hang on here. There's my brother from a different mother. Hey, buddy.
What's up, guys?
All right. You can tell everybody what may or may not have transpired.
So the other night,
Monday,
I get this text message from a number that I don't recognize. That's telling me the job is done. They want their cash. They've killed this person for me.
No, nothing ever said about killed.
When you read between the lines. So I'm reading this and I finally had enough. I delete the text. And then I get this message that says, do I need to come collect? So I decide I'm going to Google this area code and see where it's from. First pops up Ottawa, Canada. And I'm like, I only know one person in Ottawa, and that's Scott. But I was sitting there thinking, I never gave him my phone number. So I have no idea where this is coming from.
Oh, wait till the end of the story, Lori.
So I'm sitting there and I get this text that says, why are you searching me? I'm watching you. And I'm starting to freak. My anxiety shoots straight through the roof. My military training is starting to kick in. So I go to the truck and get the gun out of the truck and lock all the vehicles. While my wonderful wife, who is in just as much trouble, is dying laughing on the inside. And tell Scott, hey, you might want to break it to him. He's going to get the gun. Because my wife was feeding him information. And is the one that gave him my number Now I'm gonna tell you, I
That
was
was,
like in my brain, I was debating on calling the sheriff's office.
I know. I already said that to Sarah. I'm like, you got to let me know whenever it gets too much. And as soon as, soon as you went out, I'm like, yep, that's it.
Like I was gonna get up early the next morning, like super early, and I was gonna go check my truck for bombs.
I didn't fly down. I didn't put anything in your truck, buddy.
I know I looked. No. Once I knew it was you, it took a little while for my anxiety to come down, but um once my anxiety come down, I can look at it now and laugh. I thought it was kind of funny. Just not during the time period.
No.
She's like,
couple of my buddies have done it to me too, and it's like, oh.
my wife is like, well, you've gotten me how many times? It's the first time I've ever gotten you this good. I'm like, that ain't funny.
Oh. See, I'm blaming it all on Sarah.
Yeah, she's in trouble too.
Oh. Oh.
She knows it.
Oh. If you can't
She
laugh.
was like, she goes, she was like, I had no idea that he was gonna do that or say those things. It's like, mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'm not near as bad as what somebody did something to Raquel. Said that she got a call that there was a warrant for arrest because the Border Patrol stopped an illegal package that had been mailed to her.
Oh.
See? I'm not that bad. There's always positives.
No, I look back at it now and I'm just like, that was good. It was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Because I'm like, soon as Sarah said he's searching your number, I'm like, oh man, he's gonna figure it out. And I thought you were there. You were there whenever Sarah, because she was. Yes, you were. You were right over her shoulder whenever she was sending me your number.
I don't pay attention to what she types. I cannot keep up with chat. Like it, I don't read that fast. So, like, I was paying absolutely no attention to the chat.
Yeah.
Unless she pointed something out to me. Other than that, I rarely ever, like, unless, like, especially if I'm in a live, I rarely pay attention to chat, because I can't read that fast and it's hard for me to keep up.
Yeah.
Hold on just a minute. How are you, sir? All righty. Any new or worsening cough or shortness of breath?
Nope.
Cold or flu-like symptoms? New onset of nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea?
No, sure.
New onset of headache or loss of taste or smell?
Nope.
Been tested for COVID in the last 20 days?
Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna mute that. Okay. He's back. We don't need to hear all that stuff. So I'll just hey, Mike. Big Mike just missed what I did to you. He'll have to catch that on the replay.
Yeah, he'll have to.
Just keeping you on your toes, brother.
Well, I was definitely on my toes for sure.
See it. I'm still blaming. I'm still blaming Sarah. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, it's her fault. She gave you my number.
Absolutely. Hey, Gail Southern Living, how are you?
She should have known that that was a cause for disaster.
She knew exactly what I was doing. Because I copied and pasted what I was doing. I screenshotted and then I sent it to her. I'm like, this is what I've done so far. After she said, oh, he's deleted everything. I'm like, oh, he's no fun. And I'm like, this is what I sent him so far. And that's whenever she started to laugh. She's like, oh my God. Oh,
Yeah, because
well.
it was funny because Jacob was like, "Have you guys gotten like any crazy funny texts or anything like that? You know, like check out this website or here, check me out. You know, I'm this hot blonde looking for action." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I get those every now and then. I just delete them. You know, I don't even open them. I just delete them."
Yeah.
And Sarah's like, "Yeah, I get those too." I was like, "Speaking of crazy texts." I was like, I just got these texts that are talking like this. And Sarah's like, what? Nuh-uh, you're joking. I was like, I'm not joking. I was like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. I was like, I have no idea who this is. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, Matt.
Like I'm freaked. I was legitimately like starting to worry,
And
you
that's
know,
why I
for the
put the end to it. I'm mean, just a little bit, but
got a
not like,
mean streak, but a big heart. It's all good.
okay, I'll accept that. Hey, Barb, how are you? Oh my goodness. So Matt from Visit Acres said he needs your number next.
I know.
I don't. No. That's one thing I don't do. Once is funny, twice somebody gets shot.
Yes. And I'm crazy enough to just do it.
Amen, brother. If I got that test, I probably would too.
Bad thing is that it probably would have been the next person that knocked on the door.
Well, that's what I was scared of.
I wouldn't have opened the
that
door.
Lori,
I'd have just shot through it.
Lori, your mumbles were going to come over after the live. So I'm like, yeah, no, we got to end this one. Oh,
well, it's not the only gun I've got. So
no. Yeah.
I mean, I have them. I have some in the house, but I wanted that one.
The only pew pew you have.
Yeah. It's fun because
I was scared that you guys, because Sarah had said something and I wasn't sure if you guys were going to drop off more groceries or if they were still quarantined or what. So I was scared that you guys were going to show up at the door. So, and this was all over what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, something
It wasn't
like that.
Long.
It wasn't long at all.
Like it wasn't like I kept them going all day, which I've done before.
That's all right, because when I got, hey brother, it's Scott, I went, oh, thank Jesus. I was like, thank you, Jesus.
You said. Jesus wasn't the nicest word you said to me.
No. That was like, when I sent that, like, I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, that was not very nice of me.
Oh, I would have said the same.
You know, but that was just the first thing that come out of my mind, or that was the first thing that I thought of, and then it was just like, thank you, Jesus, for it only being Scott.
Oh no, I know, Lori, that you don't knock. I just didn't want Mumbles to get up, start running towards the house, and Chris just.
He would have got met with a pistola.
Oh, what we do in our younger ages. Live and learn.
Yeah, it was good. I got to give you that. It was real good.
What's a felony there, Bob? Oh my goodness, it must be near the top of the hour. I'm getting a whole bunch of people putting stuff up. After my live's done, everybody go over Vision Acres, drop the new video. Maybe it's of Mike getting his teeth yanked out, or tooth. Guarantee it's not of the cow calving.
Right.
Oh my goodness. She must have her hooves crossed.
You know, when we had my father-in-law's cows at the house, we had one old cow. She looked like she was getting ready to calve, so we locked her in the pen. She was there for about a month. Nothing happened. So we kicked her back out. A couple months later, showing signs that she was getting ready to drop a calf, we locked her up in the pen, in the catch pen. Month went by and nothing happened. Kicked her back out. Went out one day and she was dead. The calf, I guess, had got hung up and wasn't coming out.
Oh.
And there was no sign of the calf.
Yeah.
You know, like we had another one that looked like was struggling with calving. And you know, I went out there because she was on her side. And I went out there and I got her laid back up and got a hold, and the hooves were out and the snout was, you know, part of the head was out. And so I got a hold of it and I jerked that calf out and Jacob's vomiting all over the place. It was funny.
Well, and that's it. And Matt says he's glad to see that you're getting better.
Much. I'm back to work. Come back to work on Monday, so doing good. And
then Mike said that, yeah, he's about ready to reach in and make it happen. Is it a first time calving, or is she an old cow, or? Oh, I can only imagine, Donna. That's one thing we've never had is cows. Friends have had them, but not personally. Oh, it's her third. Wow. Okay.
Usually, the more calves they have, the easier it is on them.
That's it.
Every once in a while, you'll get one that's turned the wrong way, or the hoof is.
Well, I don't even think a vet will do anything until they're 2 weeks past the date or something. I know up here there's a certain point that unless the cow's in obvious distress, they won't
touch them.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's a week, maybe 2.
If I would have had a head chute to put that brindle cow in,
okay,
I would have just went ahead and checked her.
Yeah.
And attempted to pull after the first month.
Hey, Heather.
But we don't have a head chute or a squeeze chute.
Okay.
And she was not the most pleasant cow we had. So I was not going to attempt to stand behind her and just stick an arm up there to find a calf.
No, you probably would have been kicked to the moon.
Yeah, either that or she had to turn around and tore me good, tore me up pretty good.
Oh yeah, Mike said that she's not having any issues calving. She's just taking her old time. She's
Taking
in
sweet
no
time.
rush.
Well, see, that's the way I would have checked her, after that first month, but I probably wouldn't have went ahead and pulled the calf. I
Yeah.
would have just checked her, because she went from, having signs to being completely dried up.
Okay.
So, like no signs of calving whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I would have just checked her to make sure, everything was okay and then turned her out. If I'd have known that, if I'd have seen that there were, complications or something like that, then I'd have went ahead and pulled the calf and went on. But yeah, I was kind of confused at first and was like, that's kind of odd.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen a cow do that before, especially one that had calved multiple times. A
Well,
lot of times first time heifers will do that.
yeah.
They'll start to show signs. It's just like, humans, they have false labor. So, and cows can actually shut theirs off. So it's like, if we'd have probably left her out, she may have calved and been fine. But because we kept shutting her up,
She
she
didn't
was
like
turning
that.
off that she didn't like it. She wasn't going to calve in that situation.
Mm,
And so we could have caused it by doing that. You just never know with cattle.
yeah. I
It's
know.
hard to tell.
I know my buddy that I do the maple syrup with. They just had a young little calf, and oh my god, it's cute, especially because they're Highland cattle, right? So the little furry thing, it's so darn cute running around.
So I saw something on TikTok the other day that just blew my mind.
Oh,
It
I've
was
seen a
a
lot of stuff on TikTok that blows my mind.
it was a Longhorn and Holstein mix.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful animal.
So, well, those of you that have ever tried Highland cattle, they've got a very unique taste. You either like it or you hate it. And it is the only cattle that is actually recommended by the Heart Institute here in Canada to be a healthy red meat,
Yep.
because it's so lean. And they've now started to breed the females with an Angus. Oh, those are some nice marbling in there now too. Oh, and yeah, he
Oh yeah.
finishes with oats and corn and all that good stuff. And but oh, what a
I'm
taste!
actually I actually want Corrientes.
Okay,
I want Corriente heifers
yeah.
and a Longhorn bull.
Mm,
That way, and there's a people are like, why? It's like you can't eat those. I'm like, yeah, you can. The Corrientes, they're very lean and they will eat just about anything. They're a lot like goats. They will if it's green, they're gonna eat it.
oh, really?
Oh yeah, they'll eat just about anything.
Huh?
Longhorns the same way. They're a very hardy animal. The Corrientes come out of Mexico, so they're used to not having much.
Yeah.
So they're that breed is used to eating whatever it can get its mouth on.
Yeah.
So if you've got just the littlest bit of green throughout the winter, still still in your pasture, or grass still in your pasture, you don't have to feed hay. They're going to eat it.
Wow.
So it will save money in the long run on hay
Oh, absolutely.
every year for them.
Now, how many acres do you have?
We have just under 10 acres
Okay.
at the house.
Okay.
But we're looking at another roughly 33 that's just north of our driveway.
Yes, that's right. I remember Sarah saying that.
Yep. So that's what we're looking at there.
Yeah. Mike was saying that they raise Dexter cattle.
Yeah.
And absolutely, Mike, they're lean.
They're very lean too.
The cattle that are right behind my house are Dexter Angus mix, which again is a great taste. I don't know if I could go back and just have an Angus steak. I'm used to it being, like a lean meat, and I don't know. I've tried to buy some in the stores lately because the next time they're going to be able to slaughter is the spring.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it,
hey, Patty,
the leaner they are, they're going to have a different taste. But if you grass feed one, on your place and butcher that, it's going to have a different taste than when it comes from the store.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, give me just a moment.
Yep. But yeah, no, I honestly, I don't know if oh yeah, he can hear me, so I'll just shh. Do. Oh, he's away. He's far enough away now. But oh.
Now they want us to get another shot. We still got to wear masks. This is the thing I ever heard of.
So
I was trying to get that muted again.
That's all right. Nobody heard it. So Donna just sent me a picture of their baby that they just calved.
Pretty.
I know it doesn't do it any justice, but the coloring is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, very pretty.
Very, very cute.
But the good thing about the Corrientes with a longhorn on them is their calves are going to be small. So that they'll calve small.
Yeah.
Which is good on your cows. Plus, they're going to have the longer horns.
Okay.
Because they'll have more of a longhorn style horn, but they're going to have the strength of the Corriente horns.
Okay.
Instead of being, because the longhorn's horns are kind of hollow.
Whereas,
cool. They're still heavy, they're still big, they're bulky, but they're not as dense or as strong. They're more brittle.
Okay.
Than the Corrientes are, which makes for the perfect roping steer. And during roping season, you can just about put a price on them and get it. Come roping season, people
Okay.
will just buy them up. So it's
Wow.
like if I get too many steers dropping or
Sure.
too many little bulls, dropping, I can brand them, sell them off at roping season. When they're about
Yeah.
300-400 pounds, and make some pretty decent money.
Yeah. Oh, I just see Marge. Hey, Margie. Hope you're doing okay. Saw that Virginia got nailed with that storm. Hopefully, you and your family are safe and all that good stuff. And Dave, hello. Oh my goodness! And there's Mike. How are you, Mike? Oh my
Why does
goodness!
why does everybody show up right at an hour?
I know, eh?
You're
It's
in the live, and then you hit the hour mark, and 20 more people show up.
well, and then you know, Jesse gets angry at me for going 2 hours. But the
Right.
first hour, you've got people, and then they kind of fade away. And then the whole second hour, you've got
All new people.
new people. Plus you have some stragglers from the first hour.
Yeah.
But it's and that's how it gets away from you. Like like last week, whenever Jesse said that I went almost to 3 hours, I'm like, no, I didn't.
Oh yes.
And, well, no, the
When
one
I
day
was
it was
still,
3 hours and 10 minutes.
it was just over 3 hours. The one we were in when I was still in quarantine.
I've only done one over 3 hours, and that was with you, Mike, and I.
Yep.
And then yeah, that was 3 hours and 10 minutes. And then was it last week was oh yeah, it was last week because
It was last week.
Mike and Terry went live right after.
Yep.
And Jesse's like, oh yeah, Scott doing his 3 hours again. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm like, it was just over 2 hours. And I was adamant. Like
No, it was closer to 3.
Yeah, it was like
because
2 hours and 50 minutes. And I'm like, oops.
Well,
But
because
again,
it was funny because Jacob popped in, and I told him, I was like, dude, it's only going to be, about an hour, because we were already close to the hour mark. So I told Jacob, it's only going to be about an hour, for this live, because I'm used to about 2 hours, not a big deal.
Yep.
And he was like, I got done, and he goes, what happened to an hour? And I was like, well, and Sarah goes, it's your dad. So think about it. She's like, and I know Scott. So when you add your dad to that mix, you're going to get 3 hours nearly every time.
Well, and you add Big Mike in here. Hello.
Right?
You have the three stooges, Okay, but Larry, Curly, and Mo, I'm not sure which one's going to be Curly. I guess that's got to be me.
Well, I'm usually the slick bald one, so.
Well, and Mike is too, so I've got a little bit, but.
Yeah, but I'm fat like him, so.
Oh, so am I.
I've got the fat and the bald going for me, so.
Oh my goodness, but. Oh, okay. I was just wondering what Mike was saying, but he's talking to Bob. Yeah, exactly, Raquel. That would have been, I think, the first one. Yes, because I was in chatting with Brampton Gardner. Anyways, I've it eludes me. I have so many channels. I'm pushing about 450 channels, and I started going through and deleting ones that I have not watched in 4 months. I figure if they haven't posted anything in 4 months, so I cleaned house, and I think I'm down to 420 now.
Wow.
Yeah. But, and I try to catch everybody's, that's why some people are like, you've got to comment. I fell asleep to videos last night. You just watching it. I just said, Mike, that, whenever you, Chris, and I get together, it's like the Three Musketeers. 3 hours seems like nothing.
Yeah, it goes by so fast.
Oh, yeah, that's nice, Joe. Thanks. Joe says, somebody say fat? Laugh out loud. I'm eating pierogies right now for lunch.
It's all right. I had, see, what did I have for lunch? Oh, meatball hot pockets.
Hmm.
And I had donuts and cinnamon rolls for breakfast.
All right, then.
And a liter and a half of Dr. Pepper. So,
well, all right. You've got the calories on me then. Because I've had 2 cups of coffee, glass of orange juice, and 2 pieces of toast with jam. But I have to be good, because either tomorrow or Monday, whichever I decide, I have to go get blood work done. So I got to be good for a little bit.
right.
As long,
Well, for 2 weeks, I hardly ate anything. So,
oh, that's what I'm hearing. Like, so have you got your taste back?
yeah, there's a few things that taste funny. I can taste it, but it tastes funny. But for the most part, I can taste real well.
Okay.
I can taste just about everything.
And Charles, you don't have any worries about that, my friend. You will never be deleted off my channel. Fallen Arkansas veteran says, please don't delete me, because he hasn't posted anything in a month and a half. Yeah, but you may not have posted anything in a month and a half, but you're always in everybody's live. So
right,
that's it.
you're
Don't
being
worry.
active.
Absolutely. That's it. But there's a lot of people too that are just
Dropping off.
not only that, but the only time they seem to come on is when they're asking for money.
Yeah. I'm like, it's not about the money. It's never going to be about the money for us. Like,
you know what? If I'm gifted, whatever, I don't ask for it, but it is what it is. And people have got angry because I said no. So it's in my stuff. So if they do, they do. If they don't, it's not going to bother me one iota. But you can see the directions where people are headed. That,
I mean, would the extra money help? Most definitely.
you have, that's it. I wish I could get out and work, but I can't.
But
creating memories on here, like Debbie, my wife just doesn't. She's like a lot of wives, whenever, or husbands, vice versa, whoever decides to try YouTube. It's nothing's about that. I originally had done just a couple videos that I had posted. And I think the first video I posted was my dog sitting on the couch. Margie was the first one to like it and subscribe. So, and it's only growing from there. And the last couple of weeks, I haven't really posted a whole lot, just due to life.
Right.
And it's just, for some reason, YouTube's picked it up and ran with it. I've got 30 some subscribers in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy, because we were We were like, no, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We don't want to put our lives out there.
Yeah.
Lori's like, do it. Do it.
Yeah.
You guys are funny. Your animals are funny. Your interactions with your animals are funny.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. And,
Yeah.
Sarah was looking into it, and I was just like, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah.
And I asked her, I was like, is this something you want to do? She was like, I don't know. And eventually it was like, look, if we're going to do it, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. Let's get it done. Let's start it. Let's go on with it.
Yeah.
If we're not, then let's just quit lollygagging about it and not do it. Let's quit being wishy-washy and either do it or don't. And she decided, okay, let's give it a shot. And we didn't expect, we knew you and we knew Lori, from Lori's lives and stuff. So, we knew we had a couple of people, but we have not expected what we've gotten, and we've only posted 3 weeks worth?
Yeah.
Something like that, roughly.
You're just starting out too.
We're just starting out, so we've only been around the community, a month roughly, and it's just, what we got, whether it be subscribes, or likes or whatever, that has just been amazing to us to see how quick it just blew up for us. And so, it's like, wow, that's crazy. We know a handful of people, and before you know it, it's like, hey, we got people from Jamaica, we've got people from Australia, we've got people from England, and it's like, where are all these people coming from? But it's amazing to just watch it grow. I don't care about the numbers. I really don't care about the numbers.
No.
But just to watch it grow has been amazing.
Absolutely.
Going from 2 or 3 to just over 100, in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It was just like, where'd that come from?
And then you'll go down, and then you'll go back up, and then you'll go down, and then you'll sit there for 3 weeks, and then you'll go down, and then you go back up, and then they'll pick something out of the blue and they'll run with it. And you sit there going, why? There was nothing. Oh, look at that.
Lori's back.
I'm sure glad she's back.
I know. Have you ever noticed that we start talking about her and she's like, I'm back. I'm here.
I know.
I'm telling you, she's got super hearing or something.
Well, there's that or something. People keep coming in. Well, lock the doors, Lori. It's Procrastination Thursday.
That's right.
Whatever you don't do this afternoon, do tomorrow morning.
That's right.
But somebody asked something here. Hang on. I know it was Chris. How are the horses doing?
Rebel's doing good. He's starting to scab up and stuff, so he's coming along nicely. Sarah said the other day yesterday, I think it was, because with me working now, I don't get home till after 5 o'clock, and everybody gets fed at 4. So, she's been doing the doctoring, and she said when she was washing it, it was starting to bleed pretty good. So it was washing the scab and everything away, which actually is good. It's bringing blood flow to that area. It's keeping it's keeping that tissue healthy in order to completely close instead of scabbing up and pushing the blood into out of the area. So
Yeah.
it's definitely doing what we need it to do to heal correctly so that it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mike from Vision Acres said this community is amazing. We fell into it somehow and we don't regret it at all. Y'all are
Yeah, I don't
amazing.
either.
No.
I don't regret it one bit.
Like I said, there's people that, 99% of these people I would never ever have, even 99.9% of the people I would never have met if it wasn't for YouTube.
It was funny because when we were in quarantine, Sarah would be like, "Your best friend's going live." So I'd go, "I'm going to my office," and I'd go shut the door.
Oh, that's hilarious. And then, and then Lori said that she can hear everything. But
I know she's got that super hearing.
She can't hear everything, but she can hear her name. Well, I don't believe that we ever said Lori.
I did one time.
Oh,
because I said that we started this because Lori kept pushing us to start it.
Right. All right. See, we'll have to let her away with that one. And like you just look at this live now. There's people from all over Canada, all over the U.S., Jamaica, London, England. I'm just trying to think. Yeah.
I haven't seen our Iraq buddy lately.
Oh no, I think after all hell broke loose over there and what he was saying over here, after he made his 5 posts I saw. I think I never received thumbs down until that whole fiasco with him. And now I get 1 to 2 thumbs down per video, which I thank them. It's still showing YouTube that
you're still watching.
Interacting with me. So it's like, thank you. I don't know.
It's crazy because
I never forgot about Oklahoma. Most of the people on here are from Oklahoma. Well, not most, but
I would say 75%.
No, I've got, Mike and Chelsea, they're Missouri, aren't you? Mike, are you Missouri? You got Tennessee, you got Oklahoma. Raquel's up here with me. Heather's up here with me. Craig is Sussex, UK. Well, Lori, we all know where Lori is. Joe is in New Jersey. And then Arkansas. Couple from Florida. So Arizona, Barb's from Arizona. And Brampton Gardner, Rochelle, she's Toronto. So yeah, you're only sitting maybe
40%.
40%. And then you got Bob in Michigan. Oh, Christian's in Texas. This is great.
Crazy because a lot of lives that I go into, I start watching, and seeing where people are from. Yeah. And it's like nearly every live that I go into, the majority are in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
Why is there so many people in Oklahoma?
That's it. There's so Heather is definitely the closest. She's only, depending on where she is in Ottawa, I'm like 20 minutes west of Ottawa. So, she's at the most 45, maybe an hour away from me. Watch what we say. The one that will not be spoken of that maybe has a missus in front of your name is here.
Mm,
You know, the whole instigator of the whole situation.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And
The troublemaker.
absolutely. I'm like an angel. I got a little halo right here.
Like I told you, there's horns holding that halo up.
Possibly. uh, oh, what Mrs. E3 Farmstead, I hear on the next video you're building your own doghouse.
I might be building a doghouse.
oh, now she's calling me a gobbler. She's still paying for it.
I
No,
told
my
you
fault.
she'll pay for a while.
Oh yeah, and Patty's Missouri. So, you know, Margie's Virginia. Yeah, so we're pretty much all over the US.
Yeah.
Which is great. You know, great to see.
Yeah, I like a spread.
Yeah.
To see a spread of different people from different areas.
Absolutely. Heather, if you're from Orleans, you're only an hour away. But if you're out farther than that, then yeah, you'd be an hour and a half. Because our kids play football down 10th line all around there. And Mrs. E3 said there's going to be no doghouse for her.
What is going on here?
What? What happened?
I don't know.
You seem to be frozen.
Yeah, it just disappeared. Like everything just disappeared.
Just give me 1 sec. I've got to take this call.
Zero now.
I've won a $999 free trip from Air Canada anywhere in the world. Just give them my visa. Where did you go, Chris? Yep. Chris is frozen, so we're going to remove him, and we'll see if he comes back. Yeah, it's almost like he got a phone call or something. So, Chris, if I know I can see you in the background, so wave at me if you come back on live. He's still sitting there like, so I'm taking he's still frozen. Oh, everything just kind of blipped on me. Maybe he's back now. Oh, I don't think he's having an episode anymore, Rochelle. I pretty much sent him over the edge on Monday night. So, oh, there he is. He's back. Hang on, he's moving. There he is.
All right.
You totally just went.
Yeah, I could hear everything, and somehow I got jumped over, like out of the live and back into the chat, into your normal live. So I was seeing everything, but I was not there. I was froze. So I don't know what I did or what happened.
I don't know, because I had that call, and then it just seemed like you froze, but I don't know how you could freeze because the call was on my cell
Well,
and
because
we're on the computer.
it's showing like the chat down here, the chat box,
Okay.
and I pushed the chat box to see. And when I did, it froze me on the screen. And then instead of bringing me back to here, it like shut down. And so I had to go back and find it.
Yeah.
But it only put me back in the regular, like as if I just joined the live.
Okay.
And so I was like, I could like it was weird because I could still hear like we were having a conversation.
An out of
Like
body
I could still
experience.
hear it, but yet only your voice was coming across through the live that I was viewing. So I don't know.
So Donna had put Connor is studying about cells, and he says, I know what a cell is. And so he thought a sail was a cell.
A
I
sale,
love it.
like
A sail. Like,
like on
you're
a
selling something,
sailboat.
a sail. And he thought a cells was a sales. That boy, he's wired.
Hey,
He's gonna make some money, that boy. It's all about the money.
that's the
And
English language for you, though.
oh, like they said, it's the hardest language to learn. It is definitely the hardest one to learn. But anyways, I really should kick out of here because I've got to yeah, that absolutely, Lori. Like Lori said, there's sell, sale, sell, sale, and sell. So
Yep, and every one of them is spelt different.
yep.
Some are even spelt the same but mean different.
Well, and that's it. Like there's so many. I don't know.
There.
Nothing political here, Lori. What did Lori say? Political.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Oh. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways. Oh, we could. Oh, all right, Lori. Yes. I won't repeat it.
Good. I'll go back and look at the comments.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And anyways, I will yes, you stay safe down there, Joe. And hopefully you guys dry out a little bit. And for goodness sakes, get that stadium ready so the boys can play on the weekend. They've had to put back their Rutgers football game, which is the university in New Jersey. They're the ones that did all the videos for Joey before he went into the hospital. And yeah, so absolutely no. It's all good, Margie. I missed it. It's all good. It some things slip through, but we try to be good.
we try. Really
we
hard.
honestly try to be good. And if I'm not good, I try to be safe. And if I'm not safe, I put my helmet on. Days of wearing a helmet are long gone. Well, considering one chop to the back of the neck and I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what happens whenever they take three chunks of your spine out. I was always taught that if your spine wasn't intact, you couldn't walk. But I don't know. I'm
No.
missing 3 hunks of mine, and I'm good. Well,
There's nobody in the medical world can fully understand how the human body actually operates.
no,
Because for like where you can have a huge chunk taken out of your spine and
Mhm.
still be able to walk and move and all of that,
yep,
the next person may not be able to do any of that. So
exactly.
each individual is so different.
Yeah,
So it's
oh,
all they
it's
can do is take an average number and go, okay, out of this many people, there were this many people that did this, there were this many people that did this, and this is the national average. It's like the blood pressure. National average 180 or 100 120 over 80. National average.
yep,
But yet nobody in the world holds a 120 over 80 all of the time.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's usually higher, it's usually lower than that. So it's like,
oh yeah, people have broken their spine and they can't walk.
yep.
But my spinal cord has been bent, twisted. Well, there was the biggest trauma hospital in Ottawa is where I had my surgery in 19, and there was 15 surgeons in on my surgery because they might see this once every 5 or 6 years. So it was a training, like it was a fairly big operating room, and they said it was full.
Wow.
And they got into some complications, and I just about bled out, but they were able to get me back together, and they figured that I'd be out of the hospital within 2 days. 15 neurosurgeons, and my surgeon is the head of neurosurgery / spinal whatever. I kind of like my doctor because God worked through his hands, and literally my wife wheeled me into the hospital. I couldn't walk any more than 5 feet. She wheeled me in and I walked out. And that was a week later. So it was really complicated, Sarah, but sometime I'll do a video. I just can't do it right now. It's still too fresh and what ifs, and like if you would have noticed, I really noticed it the other day in Hoops's video whenever he got me out of bed early Monday morning to go onto his live in Australia. Well, you can really tell because it's, I keep forgetting about this darn, you're flipped backwards on this, but this eye, it's one of very few complications that I had is this eye. Once I get tired, I kind of lose movement. and it's something that they nicked whenever, because I went through 2 spinal surgeries. They tried going in through, well, I guess this side right here. You'll see there's a great big scar right there. They tried going in the front, and the doctor just sewed me up, and he said that's way over my qualifications. So then a month later, I met twice with this head surgeon, and he's like, it's not going to be a cakewalk, but he said, we'll do it. And yeah, like I said, there was some residents even got to do some of the procedure, which, I'm not too tickled with, but the way I look at it is if the head of neurosurgery let anybody touch me, he had some pretty good belief in them. So, because he's not going to put his name on the line for some young lad. And, neurosurgery is a specialty after they become a doctor plus a surgeon, and then they go into neuro. So these people have been studying for, some of them are upwards of 20 years. So yeah, it was an experience. I just wish that they could figure out how to deal with pain. Because
anything that deals with the nerves is so hard to control.
Well, and the issue is they've tried nerve blockers, but then they realized that it does permanent damage to one's body. And I am one of those people that it had some severe side effects for me. But anyways, we got through all that, and then the surgery. And that's part of the reason why I do YouTube. Now that since the pandemic and whatever, I've been locked up in the house.
Yeah.
I know I can log on, and I've got anywhere from 10 to 40 friends and family, boom, like that. Like, it is such a godsend, this community, that, just you can log on. Pretty much somebody goes live in this community. You can't go a few hours, with the exception of overnight, obviously. But even then, a lot of our Australian brothers and sisters are live over there.
They're doing their lives, and
that's it. Daz and all those guys are all doing their lives over there. And so you really can't go that long without being able to chat with somebody.
Yeah.
And, Margie's, she's had some health complications, and, myself, and, it's not when I'm going to end up in a wheelchair, or it's not if, it's when. So if I can do some stuff to put up there that, 3 generations will be able to see what their great-great-grandfather was like, in compared to what they are. So it has helped me, like, just even, helping channels before I had a channel. I did a lot of behind the scenes for a few channels, and, they know who they are, and if they want to promote it, that's fine. And if they don't, whatever, it is what it is. And unfortunately there's some that I just got not tired with, but every second word is give, but it's not reciprocated. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it, stuff like that.
That irritates me more than anything in the world.
Yeah.
Is some, somebody that's all about the give, but give me, but I'm not gonna give to you.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's a give and take. If you want me to give to you and respect you, then you're gonna give to me and respect me.
Yeah.
It's a give and take.
And that's it. Like I've got, some great friends up here that I've introduced down south, and my down south friends I've introduced to a lot of people up here. I'm only a small little channel, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, I know 90% of the folks that follow me. And, it kind of bugs me that since my operation, my memory's a little short term. Long term, just like an elephant in more ways than one. But, that's just, it is what it is. And, it's, folks just, exactly, Margie. That's what it's definitely supposed to be, is a give and take. And, it's a lot of people, they, I don't know. I don't know the words that I'm looking for, but, it's just disheartening whenever you see that, like you've got Wiley and Jen that are doing so much for their community.
Mm-hmm.
And, it, hey, Abel, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, you've got, Jen and Wiley, who are the absolute salt of the earth. I think the world of them. But a month ago, I didn't know who they were. But like, we chat so much offline and online, and, like it's just, it's unbelievable how, and you and Sarah, it's,
Yeah.
and Mike Fowler Family Farm, like it's just absolutely amazing. And it's not only the creators, it's the people that don't have
Right.
channels that support every single one of us.
Yeah.
And you see that they're always involved. And well, Heather, I think Heather belongs to everybody I do, pretty much, because it doesn't matter which corner I turn, Heather's always there. It's like she lives
Right.
next door. And Rochelle's the same, Brampton Gardner, and Donna. It's just such a great community that everybody, for the most part,
Well, and that's
this
like,
community is pretty good.
it's like over the last couple of weeks, with us being down, and stuff, it was just like, we didn't feel like it. But we were getting text messages, from Lori, hey,
Yeah.
so and so's live, if you want to get on,
Yeah.
At the time you didn't have our number, but you were
Yeah.
sending, you emailed us and was like,
Yeah.
hey, so and so's live. Are you guys doing okay? And if we felt up to it and we got on, immediately it was, hey, how are y'all doing? Hope you're feeling well. Glad to see you back in the live.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing, because I'm gonna tell you, we had, I have friends down here, not a single one of them contacted me.
Yeah.
My pastor and a couple, from their church did.
Yeah.
A couple people from our church did, but who I consider, my closest friends, I ain't heard from in months. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I'm going to have to mute. I'll be back.
Yep. So as Chris goes and tends to a vet, we will I'll just get caught up on some of the conversations going on. And this is again what I mean. You know, everybody is just chatting with everybody, and it's just, yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Oh, absolutely, Sarah. And I would love to, you know, to be able to do like a even like a 3 or 4 day meetup somewhere central that nobody has to travel any more than say 10 hours. You can all travel it in a day and be able to have it in one single place, like some, you know, some hotel that would have a really, Lori, that was random. So Lori just you know, I was talking about I'd love or your darling better half said that she wishes the community was closer because she'd want to be with, you know, people all the time. You know,
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
and
I'm right there with her on that.
and you know, like I was saying, I would love to try to get a single point where, you know, everybody that's kind of, you know, and I understand that it's not possible, but like somewhere central in the US that nobody has to travel any more than 10 hours to get to, and that has a big enough room that could hold us all, or even a couple facilities right next door, and like have this, you know, amazingly huge, not meetup, but it just kind of like um gathering, you know, and not just a single day, but have it for like 3 days. Just you want to meet,
Well, that's
then, you
the
know,
crazy thing, because, like, no matter, like, even if you went, I think it's the state of Kansas, there's a spot, it's and I can't remember the name of the town, but it is dead center of the United States.
okay,
Um, but even then, you're going to have people that are over 10 hours.
yeah,
So it would be one of those things where you have to put something, the midline of the United States,
yeah,
and do 3 locations
yep.
in order for that to work.
Okay, so the live's being hijacked by all the ladies. Lori started it off with ice cream, and now we've got peach cobbler going. What else have we got going? I know Lori started with a banana split, and I saw peach cobbler. Now Heather chimes in with she wants a strawberry sundae. And now Lori's for apple cobbler. Hopefully it's warmed in the oven with vanilla ice cream.
Peach.
Or peach. Patty's right in there too. She's blackberry and peach cobbler. Of course. And Lori and I are on the same track here, because she's like, it's got to be with ice cream. Oh, and Barb says that somewhere around Lebanon, Kansas,
Yeah,
would be pretty much the middle
the
of,
central point.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the central point is, let's see. I'm trying to think because you have Lebanon, you have Garden City, Dodge City, um, Great Bend, right in that general area somewhere is like dead central United States.
Okay. Now Lori's talking about the Green Gator Grill has an awesome strawberry dream snow cone.
Yep, the Green Gate
Yeah.
Gate
And
Grill.
yeah. And then Abe's Life is cream cheese carrot cookies.
That sounds good.
Doesn't
Man,
it?
I'm gonna tell you,
It's making this.
the Green Gate Grill. I am not a bone-in wing kind of guy.
Okay.
I've never liked them, but every time we go there, that's what I order is their bone-in wings. They are that good.
Oh, I love it.
And I mean, they've got it's buffalo, sweet barbecue. They have a Cajun and another dry rub that they have. So there's 4 different flavors, and I'll go barbecue, dry rub, barbecue, dry rub. Only because I don't like the buffalo sauce.
Okay.
But
I was always a little sauce kind of hot and honey garlic mixed together.
mhm.
But we have a sports bar here called the Prior Sports Bar, and they have absolutely amazing wings. Wednesday is wing night, and I think it's like $9. No, $6 or $8 a pound. So most people go in and grab a Pepsi and 2 pounds of wings, and tip is like $20. So that's not a bad night out
No,
per person. And they give you like a handful of carrots, celery, just on the side as well. And they have some kind of dry rub that is pretty much like honey garlic and hot. Oh, I love it. And now that I'm onto the dry rub, I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to the sauce, because I just find sauce makes them all like soggy.
there's like even their barbecue sauce wings. The way they do them, they are not soggy one bit. They're crisp. You still got that crisp outside. Because they fry them and then they sauce them.
Now Lori's throwing us under the bus that we're talking about food.
Yeah, well, they started it.
I know.
And I saw a video that changes eating wings forever.
How?
So not the little drumstick wing, but the other portion of the wing.
Yeah.
This guy shows that if you take and you hold it like that, and then you push it down,
yeah,
and then you pick it up, and you bite it and pull it,
yeah,
you'll get every bit of meat off of it instead
that's
of just.
That's the only way I eat them.
I've never pushed them down like that. I've always just picked them up and.
Oh yeah, well you've always got one side of that, like not the drumstick, but the other one. You've got one side that's got just a little bit of flesh on it. It never has any meat. One side has a bit of meat, the other side has none. And I grab it by there, whoop, you're done.
Yeah, but you just pick it up, stick it in your mouth, bite, and pull. No, they're pushing it down to where all the meat is at one end.
Oh.
Yeah. And then just kind of and pulling every bit of the meat off of it. That like you're not missing any meat.
Wiley, you better be sticking up for us there. You too, Bob. You guys better be sticking up for us because I see the girls are throwing us under the bus here pretty quick. So,
Well, leave it to the girls.
well,
You know.
girls, leave it to Lori and Sarah,
Y-
instigators.
Leave it to the girls.
Yeah, instigators, I say.
You know, they have their little Friday gathering, the girls by themselves. They should just leave Procrastination Thursday to us guys.
Well, that's it. We have Rambling Fridays, but
Yep.
usually Rambling Fridays turns out to be you, me, and Big Mike,
Yep.
the Three Stooges. And I think Big Mike's going to be curly this week.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Big Mike will be on tomorrow. I don't know if the grandkids come tonight or tomorrow night. So he'll be running around doing a whole bunch of stuff there too. Throwing up the secret hand signal. Now they've got secret hand signals going, I guess. And again, that's being instigated by maybe somebody with the same channel name as you do.
Yep.
Yeah, I see what's happening here.
Yeah, they have their secret little hand signals. And
they think they're funny. Brutal Bob says, Chris, don't say that. The women will file a discrimination lawsuit.
I'm not scared.
Can't get blood from a stone.
I'm not scared at all. Because one of those girls is my wife, and so I'm just not scared.
No. Well, you should be. You should be. But again, you've been married long enough that, I don't sleep with one eye open anymore.
I take a handful of sleeping pills, so if I'm out, I'm not gonna know the difference anyway. So
yeah, I've actually, I gotta say, I was starting to take sleeping pills, and it was making me too groggy. So I made my own oil, and 20 mils, 20 mils. Whoa. 0.2 of a mil is all I need. And you know what? It's all natural. And how do I say that? You know how sleeping pills, you wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or something, you're just kind of like, whoa. Mm-hmm. This, you're totally there, but as soon as you lay back down, you're out again. Oh.
Man, I need some of that.
What are you doing, Mal? My lab's out through. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, mine's all prescribed from my doctor.
Yeah.
And when I went into the hospital here a couple of years ago, they asked me, and I was telling them, okay, this is my nighttime regimen. This is what I take. And when I told them 200 milligrams of trazodone, my nurse about hit the floor. Because typically when people have trouble sleeping in the hospital, they might get 25 milligrams of trazodone.
Hi, Lovda. Thank you for coming.
Not 200 milligrams of it. She's like, man, that's almost equivalent to a horse tranquilizer.
Yeah. Well, both Debbie and my oldest take trazodone. So I know, and I think one's at 100, one's at 125 maybe.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I'll shoot you the recipe, Sarah. It's as so long as you can get all the ingredients. But I can't see why you couldn't. And yes, he was Brutal Bob. Brutal Bob asked if you were in the service.
Yes.
He played with large guns.
Army, all the way.
And I think I've got everybody else. Oh, Rebecca Davis is back. Hello, hello. See, our first hour are now back for the third hour.
I
See
know.
how it works?
I know. Big guns and big bombs.
Yep. Yeah, Margie, he did say that. Margie in all capitals. Did he say 200 milligrams of trazodone?
Every night. And I think it's 10 or 20 milligrams of melatonin, 600 milligrams of gabapentin, and yeah.
Watch that.
People are like, seriously, that's what you take just to sleep? Yeah, just to sleep.
I had a real bad reaction with gabapentin, and they've just all I'm going to say is just watch. You'll know whenever you start having a reaction.
I've been on that for years now. So
that's only supposed to be for a short term, though.
Oh, I've had it for years. Yeah,
Oh.
I've been on it for years.
All right.
No issues.
And Barb, I thought I saw. Yeah, Barb says thank you for your service.
Welcome, welcome.
And Brutal Bob says, didn't they teach you how to sleep? The Marines taught me. And I still employ those techniques.
I used to be able to sleep standing up with my eyes open. March, do PT, all of that. All asleep, completely out of it. Never know what was going on. I deployed and we rarely ever got to sleep because we were constantly on missions. We were constantly doing stuff. And so it was just, all right, I'll get it to her. You're welcome. So, we rarely slept over there. So everything swapped. I used to be able to sleep anywhere at any time to not being able to hardly sleep at all.
Yeah.
So it was like,
I'd love to sleep.
Happens.
Like, it just, my body wants it, especially now after the surgery. I'll start going into like a full body spasm. I
twitch at night, something fierce.
Restless leg syndrome.
No, I've got nerve damage in my L4, L5 vertebrae.
Okay. Yep.
And I'll be laying there and just out of the clear blue, like I'll just twitch and it jerks my whole body. So it's like, it's almost like when I start dozing or getting in that, I start to relax.
Yeah.
My body starts to shift and it puts pressure on those nerves. Yeah. And it causes me to twitch and I can't control it and I hate it with a passion.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And I can't stop it. And I find going into sleep is my worst. Like if I can get the spasms to stop, then you wake yourself up.
Every
And
time.
yeah, oh man, it's yeah, it's not fun. And but like I say, this other, there's only 3 ingredients, and yeah, you're in Louisiana, so or Louisiana. Oh my God, Oklahoma. So
Oklahoma.
yeah, it's legal, and you just make an oil, and I don't know, it works for me. Um, I know Dad could barely walk. He was so bad with his knees and his back. He was pretty much he had to stay home. I started him on CBD, which has no neurological, you know what I mean? It's a anti-inflammatory, really.
Yeah.
Well, the same oil. Dad has since went out and bought himself a motorcycle and now rides. Total life changing. Like, he kept telling all his friends, and he's like, I need a little more. I need a little more. I'm like, yo, dude, whoa. I'm like, that little more, like, this stuff costs a lot of money.
Yeah. If it has a certain oil in it, then I can't have it.
Well, you make the oil. It's the plant that you make the oil from.
Right, but it's legal here,
Yeah.
but yet for me, I'll lose benefits even
Oh,
though it's
really?
legal.
See, I've got a medical card.
Yep. I mean, there are some doctors that are approving it within the
Okay.
VA, but the majority of them are not. And I'm
And
like,
I get it.
why?
I get it. Well, uh, they call it a gateway. I disagree, but I only know me. So, the way that I have the oil, I know exactly what's in it. There's
Right.
literally 3 ingredients. I'm not.
That's like I told a doctor one time when it was my VA doctor. I was like, can I not just smoke? Smoke weed. That's what I asked her straight up. I was like,
Yeah.
can I just not smoke weed? And she was like, no, we don't approve that, And I was like, well, there's studies that are showing that it's beneficial. And
Yeah.
she goes, well, those studies are 50-50. There's a 50% chance that it'll work, a 50% chance that it won't work. And I looked her dead in the face and said, isn't that with every prescription you prescribe?
Yeah. And a prescription is synthetic. Where
I was like, that's literally every single prescription you prescribe. There's a 50% chance that it's going to work or not.
Yeah. Amen, Heather. Heather just put here, it's been a gateway since the 60s.
Right.
But,
I told her, I said, look, I know what it does to me.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to smoke it. I'm going to get the munchies, and then I'm going to go to bed.
That's the best thing with the oil, though. You don't get the munchies. It's 100% pain relief. That's it.
Yep.
And
but that's
it relaxes your mind enough that you're able to go into sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
And
sometimes my spasms just keep going on, and I can't do anything about it.
Right.
But
that's what I've tried so hard to get them to understand. It's like, nope, don't touch it, or you can lose your benefits. And
yeah,
it's like, that's ridiculous. And in the United States, if you have a medical marijuana card, if one person in the family has a medical marijuana card, you cannot have a weapon of any kind. Like, you cannot own a gun, period.
Yeah, see, we don't have that issue up here.
There cannot be a gun even in the house.
Are you kidding me? Like,
Mm-mm.
I've got my hunting rifles and whatever else that are all registered.
Yep. Nope. The last I heard, that was the last I heard, unless they've made some changes to the
Wow.
law. But I know initially that was one of the stipulations, was that if you had your medical card, you couldn't own a firearm.
Wow. See, I don't get it because, like Bob had just put CBD or anything marijuana related makes him vomit, and
Yeah,
his
some
body
people
doesn't
are
like
allergic
it.
to it.
I can't smoke it. I take one puff, and I'm in such excruciating pain from my migraine for 2 days. And it was great for me growing up, and I'm like, I'm not naive. I know kids try it. And it's hilarious because mine had the exact same effect that it did on me. So guess what? They never did. They tried and it was like, and yeah, I had severe severe migraines due to it. But the oil doesn't. It just, and I do the dosage, so I know how much it is. I don't use alcohol. A lot of people cut it with alcohol. I think that's crazy. Because not only you're just, mine is literally 2 different powders, which one is just so it doesn't go bad. And it's not like MSG or anything like that. It's 100% and they overuse this word so much, organic. But it is. I grew the plants, so I know exactly what was ever near the plants. And I grew 3 years ago, and I still have enough to keep me going, including my parents, for another year. Maybe in the spring I'll grow again, but I don't know if I'll have to. And it just, as long as you keep them in a dark place, I've never heard of that, Sarah.
What?
Smoking lavender. Never heard of anything. I know lavender people with anxiety put it on their clothes, and it apparently, well, that's it, Margie. Like Margie said, alcoholics can own guns, but yet you can't if you're using it for medical purposes. And at any time, it says right on my card, at any time I can be called in for a drug test. Okay. I honestly, depending on my day, I take anywhere from 0.2 of a mil to my worst day, I'll take 0.7. I don't even take a milliliter of this stuff. So I don't know,
even if they tested you on a high day, it's probably not going to show up anyways.
No, it won't. And that's what she said. And the odd day I will take a CBD if I'm having like a bad morning and I'm having a tough time with neck pain or spasms. Sometimes the CBD will be enough just to take the edge off the spasms that they stop. Because that's my first go-to is an Advil. Because I honestly hate taking the stronger meds. I don't have an option a lot of times. But I've been on this stuff for over 10 years. And my doctors get angry with me because I'll quit cold turkey. And they get furious. Don't you ever do that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to have somebody tell me that I'm a drug addict. And I said, I'm not an addict if I can stop.
Right.
And not have, like major withdrawals. And, she's like, you're right. And I'm like, but she's like, I know you're not. She said, I don't worry about you because I
Right.
know that you won't. And I'm like, but in my head, I have to prove to myself. And that's where a lot of people, I don't want to say that they listen too much, but I find some people don't listen to their bodies as well as they should. And if your body's telling you don't, then yeah. Sorry, I just got a text from my wife. But yeah, no, it's that's it, Margie. I can do how to make THC and CBD, and I went out and bought. It's much like a soup making machine, but it does everything for me. I put all the ingredients in, and I think it's 4 hours. Well, the settings are 2 or 4 hours, depending on what I'm making. It's 2 to 4 hours. I take it out, put it through the strainers, and it tastes like hell. Like it's absolutely disgusting. And I don't know how people I can't stand the smell of it. So, to actually get it to activate, you have to bake it. Well, thank goodness I have enough kids that have went to college. They have those toaster ovens around the house. I just take one outside. But like I say, I really don't have to make a whole lot because I don't use a whole lot, neither do my mom and dad.
Yeah.
I've grown 3 years ago, and I still have another year to go. And I'll probably
I've tried a CBD cream.
Yeah.
Like on my back.
Yeah.
And it did nothing.
No. The THC creams work. Now, I don't know if you guys can use that, but the CBD creams, the THC cream goes deeper. And, we buy them here from the reserve, because they have no guidelines. But like I said to, friends of mine that purchase other products there, I'm like, you don't know what's in it. And that's what scares me.
Yeah.
But hey, Tina Ladybug, how are you?
That would be like me. I mean, if I did have my card,
yeah,
and stuff, I would have to find somebody that I knew and trusted, that, I knew their process.
Yeah.
I couldn't just come down to one of these stores and just pick something off the shelf, because
most of them are cut. Most of them are cut with alcohol.
It's like, no, I don't want to. No, I don't trust that.
No, I'm the same way. If I can't get it through a prescription, I don't buy it anywhere. I think it's just trust. But the cream, the THC cream just goes deeper, and it's got more of a clout. That I find anyways.
Yeah. I haven't talked to my new doctor about it yet, so who knows? I know.
Yeah, like I say, if anything changes, you have my number. I can, you can make it all at home. And like everything I have, I ordered either off of Amazon or I grew. So it's easy. I don't know. I may try. I've never found a good cream. And I don't know if I would even try to experiment, because it takes just so much product to try to experiment And if it doesn't work
Yeah.
out, you're out that. It's not like you can use it to use, like ingestible oil. And it's about half an hour, 40 minutes. I can feel it. So, if I know somebody, if I know of somebody that, is going live or whatever, and they're just about done at night, I'll just take it. That coincides with the end of their live. I'll throw my phone up and, but it's, yeah, well, and that's it. But what I like is I don't make it strong. So I still know what's going around me, like what's going on around me. I hate that feeling of being snowed and I'm not in control.
See, and that's the thing with my
my
nighttime medication. I'll take it in 30 minutes. I know in 30 minutes, I'm done. I'm out. Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I'm out. Like I'll get up the next day, and me and Sarah will be talking. And she'll be like, "Hey, do you remember?" Or she'll go on to talking about something that she was talking to me about the night before, and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember any of that." And apparently we had an hour-long conversation. And I remember
that's a perfect
none of that.
conversation. Hey, a conversation with your wife that you don't remember. That's almost like wow. I'm just going to keep quiet on that one.
Like that scares me because I'm like, what did I say?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling. I don't like not knowing, but then again, if I don't take my nighttime medication,
you don't sleep.
I won't sleep.
Yeah.
I might get 30 minutes here, an hour there, but that's about it. 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
2 at the tops I'll get, and so it's like I either take it and sleep, or I don't take it and I don't sleep, but an hour a night.
Yeah.
Because people are freaking out because they're like, before, I was like, people were like, dude, you look awful tired. And I'm like, yeah.
Take care, Patty.
And then all of a sudden you wouldn't reach me an entire weekend. And they're like, dude, what happened? We couldn't reach you. We were worried about you. What was going on? And I was like, dude, I passed out finally. Yeah. What do you mean? And I'm like, well, I ain't slept but 30 minutes to an hour every night for the last 4 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
My body finally shut down. Said, all right, that's enough. You need to rest now. And I would sleep for a weekend.
Yeah. There's days. Well, I just had one Tuesday. I didn't get out of bed all day. Like it was one of those days that my body just said, you're not getting out of bed today, pal. Sorry. And before I used to fight it, and then I'd end up in more spasms. So, thank God I had long-term with the company I was working for. So, without that, I don't know if we'd even have a house over our head.
Yeah.
Yes, Debbie's got an amazing job at the hospital. But, we have 3 older kids, 2 of which are going, post-secondary. Now, the military's covering a lot of Kyle's tuition. So, he decided to do it through the reserves, and they give him $4,000 a year towards schooling. If he would have went through the military, he would have had to join as infantry and then try to remuster over to the police. And all the guys were like, if you can do it, yes, the military is going to pay for your schooling, but you'll also owe them 8 years coming out.
Yep.
The reserve, he's already put in his time. So he's already been in the reserves 2 years. So, and he's already signed a letter that he's got 2 or 3 more summers of full employment. Like last year with the pandemic being so bad, he was on call here. So it ranged. 1 week he was 96-hour call. And the most they ever were 12-hour call in case something, they had to be up to the barracks ready to go within 12
Right.
hours, which were an hour away from the barracks. So it wasn't, not a huge deal. But yeah, they cover $4,000 a year. So yeah, he's got books pretty much he has to cover. They cover all the rest of it. And they still have parade and everything Thursday nights. I think he's got 2 or 3 courses to do yet this fall, but he's going to double rank. Like he's worked his ass off, and he's to the point, guys that joined 2 years ahead of him, he is where they are now.
See,
But
I went back.
Go ahead.
I used my GI Bill and got my degree.
Okay.
I got a degree. I got a bachelor's in psychology. And so I did that. And because I was a disabled veteran, I submitted the paperwork and they wiped my student debt free too. So I didn't owe it. Like literally 3 months after I graduated, I had no student debt, no student loans to pay back, and I didn't have a single thing. Like I was completely debt free from school.
Wow. Well, that's it. So from the money that he will receive working in the summer, plus the $2,000 per semester, the kid should come out of 4 years of post-secondary ahead of the game. And he knew that, and he knows how much money he'll make now next summer because he's worked his ass off this year, and he'll double rank in December. So, he's going to make probably $3 or $4 more an hour for, sacrificing one summer.
Oh yeah.
So, now next year he shouldn't have that many courses. He'll have 1 or 2 that he has to do. But that's about it. And then he'll be working at the armories. So,
and he should be able to work during the time, when he only has, 1 or 2 courses going on there.
Well, he's in Ottawa, so that it puts him almost 2 hours away from the barracks. So yeah, I think the first year until he gets used to the course, because they said the course can be quite challenging until you get shorthand down and how to you're observing and what police do, and how to type up your reports. A lot of the first year is all reports, how to take reports and how to visualize scenes, and don't leave a stone unturned if you're if it's not right there. And even if it looks black and white, there still could be multicolor. You got to look for it. So yeah, I think he's looking forward to it. So, and like I say, he gave up three football scholarships to go into the military. So my hat's off. You know, it's an honorable career. And, you know, at the time when I had a decision to make, we were, well, as you know, Canada's known for peacekeeping. And that's all we were doing is, you know, if the guys, they were playing war, they were playing war, or they were on peacekeeping in Africa. It didn't interest me. So I get into high tech. And, you know, it is what it is.
I didn't find out until after I had already enlisted in the military and graduated. I enlisted in the military in 97.
Okay.
I graduated high school in 98. I graduated my graduation was the 22nd or 23rd of May. And I had to be at MEPS to go to basic at 5 a.m. the next morning. So I wasted no time.
No.
I went through boot camp, came back, and found out that I had letters from almost every major college and university to be a kicker. And I didn't know. Otherwise, I probably would have went to college sooner and played football.
Yeah.
You know, I would have still done the military thing, but you know, everything that I'd already graduated, I'd already went through boot camp. By the time I got back, it was too late. None of the offers were good anymore. So
Right.
I was very frustrated because I was like, you know, you should have told me, you know, as these letters were coming in, they should have come to me and I should have been able to have that decision, not you make that decision for me.
Exactly. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, we're still on, but I'm getting ready to head off here. Now, that's what I've said 3 times, but.
Yeah, and I've just been waiting.
Yeah. Well,
So
Chris is almost done for the day, so he's procrastinated all afternoon.
I have, because I've not hardly done anything all afternoon.
Well, you've checked in a couple people and you've entertained your wife.
As much as I can, I try.
Well, I think that's about all you can do in life is, you know, work and keep your wife happy.
That's right. Happy wife, happy life.
Sure. I'm not going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole because I will get myself in trouble like I do every other day. He's always entertaining, your lovely wife said.
Yeah, I try.
I don't know how we're going to take that one, but take it like it's a compliment.
I will, because I don't get them very often.
Exactly. Anyways, guys, see you guys.
Y'all have a good one.
And we'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
That's right.
All righty. Take care,
All right.
folks. God bless.
Bye.